Ebro in the morning, Laura Styles Rosenberg. Give it up for us. And not these other two guys here.
Not yet.
Mark Viera, Rob Stapleton. How you guys doing, man?
Yo,
Always good.
Yo, thanks for having us, man.
Excited, B.
Wait, what's going on? Why are you guys working together? I heard you guys don't like each other, and now you guys are coming back together. It's like,
Mark's excluded
it's like
from
Meek
that.
Mill and Drake. It's like Meek Mill and Drake.
No, that's the other part. It's the New York Kings, right? Mark Viera is the new addition to the New York Kings, which is Rob Stapleton, Mark Viera. Talent.
It's slitty. It's
It's
slitty.
just comedy. Talent. The gangster comedy Capone.
What?
And the diva Drew Frazier.
Did you hear that?
What, the gangster comedy?
Capone, the
The
gangster
gangster
comedy.
Underground.
Drew Frazier,
Underground.
talent.
That's a line.
Rob Stapleton,
It's
Mark
all on one
Viera,
show.
man.
This is better than Six Flags.
And it's your birthday.
And it's my birthday.
And it's
outside.
Rob's birthday.
What
So
this
we
is-
doing it up. We doing
This
it up.
This is what the deal. The
You
tour
get
starts.
Tupi Aguas, B. Any flavor.
Coconut, cherry, coconut.
Tamarindo.
so, Mark,
Tamarindo's one of those flavors, though. People be like, what flavor is that?
What is Amarindo? That's
Remember-
What is
Remember
Amarindo?
for extra 50%, they give you extra? They give you extra.
Oh, they give you a little extra juice. Yeah, they give you
Time
some
out.
juice.
Time out. You
That's
don't know
why
what
you never
Tamarindo
see-
is?
Tamarindo.
That's
Wait.
why you never see no Puerto Rican hockey players. Because in the middle of the game, they play cherry,
They
coconut,
sell it
cherry.
during halftime.
What's Tamarindo?
It's like the spicy, like sweet.
Tamarind.
Tamarind.
Like,
It's tamarind. There's a tamarind flavor?
yeah.
Oh, its own
Ben,
flavor?
that's old school. That's old school Castle Hill Bronx right there. Tamarindo.
Yeah, because the one in my spot, they didn't have that. Very basic. Lemon, cherry.
very
Where's
basic.
this at?
96
Great.
96th Street.
Gluten-free
The
ice.
gluten-free in his neighborhood.
You think she's not? Yeah, it's 96th Street. She's abuela. She's abuela.
Does she have cocoa?
Of course. She's not an animal.
The problem was
they
you
took
drank the
credit cards at
juice
his
too
icy
fast, right? Then you was left
Ice.
with plain icy. Just
Yeah.
plain
Never
ice.
just stuck with the ice.
You was mad. The dude was like, no, 50 cent more. You was like, I don't got 50 cents. I just need more grape.
That's true hood talk right there.
That's hood talk.
That's true
That's how
hood.
you know we official certified Bronx.
That's
Bronx
back in the day
players,
when
man.
50 Cent went a long way, man. Before
Yeah,
the
50
rapper.
Cent went along.
But the reason why we're here is the New York Kings.
Turn him up a
comedy
little
show.
loud, please.
We start in 2017, but we're giving New York a sneak peek, man. We in
Yeah.
Atlanta, North Carolina, Philly,
Jacksonville
everywhere
on
in
the-
2017, all the clubs and theaters. But it's my birthday, Columbus Day weekend, so we're giving New York the sneak peek of what
Where
it
are
is.
you going to be? this week?
Caroline's.
Caroline's on
October
Broadway.
7th through October 9th.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All weekend long.
Yeah, all weekend long. It's
So you
crazy.
can get your tickets at Carolina. What is their website?
Carolines.com.
It's just Carolina.com.
Carolines.com, yeah, or 212-757-4100.
And you guys haven't beat up Greg Charles or anything. Everything's good over there.
We haven't beat him. Greg's always been so
Greg,
good,
Greg's
though.
a cool dude.
Greg,
Craig's one of them good dudes.
Yeah.
I think y'all should fuck him up this weekend.
How
At least, a little shiesty,
Yo, Greg,
but-
they putting the hit on you, man.
At
on,
least
he's a little
shave his
shiesty,
head
but-
bald. Shave his head bald, at least, because his hair's too
I
big.
thought you said shave his hair balls. I'm like, okay, we reaching too deep into this hatred.
Yeah, I don't hate anybody that
Yeah,
much.
that much. You
What do you
hold him
guys
down
shave
and
his
shave his
hair
hair
balls?
balls.
What do you guys do about share? I'm being serious. This is a serious moment. Sharing a stage with talent. I'm a real talent jock rider. I think that guy is one of the funniest dudes of all time.
You let him host.
We're making a lot of
You let him
job
host.
You let
references
him host.
in the first
Let
10
him-
minutes.
Let him be like the dude tapping that little stick and just let us play the music. man.
Right. Don't let him do it.
Don't let him
That's true.
25 minutes
yeah,
straight.
No.
6 minutes at a time. Get him off.
Get him off and get us on, and then have him do the the
But Pete,
curtain
that's
call
the
at the end.
beauty.
And-
That's the beauty of this whole shit is that we push each other. Everybody wants the next one to do good, but you don't want them to do better than you. And for the crowd, that's a great joint. Talent's our host, so talent sets the pace. And talent hosts like a headliner. So he ain't doing that, where you guys from? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, I just flew.
no.
And he's going boom, boom from the beginning. And the first dude, Drew Frazier, come out, boom, that bar's already here. It's like the marathon, it's like the relay race. You can't drop the baton there. You know what I mean? And if you do fail, talent's going to get into your ass. You know what I mean?
Whoa. How does that work?
Well, we
That's
keep it
really
real.
aggressive.
Oh, come on.
Jesus.
Come on.
You go to the back?
But let's
Pause.
digress.
Pause.
Needless to say, is the reason why you got us 5 on the stage, because I think the confidence in the next guy coming up is that you can do your best set, your best 20 or whatever,
And
it
not
is,
feel like
and
you have
not
to-
feel like I got to hold back a little. Damn, it's Drew, or damn, it's such and such. You go hard. you do your best, and then you know when the next guy's coming up, you can go sit down. You can go get a drink of water, make your phone calls because the show is being upheld.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Sometimes when one of us on stage, I know the other comic changes they set like 3 times in their mind. You got to change the energy in your set. You got to start because when you're dealing with somebody just rock, you got to bring that first joke. You can't just ease into that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You can't fuck up the energy that's already been created.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, for you, Mark, you retired from the Yankees Friday, Saturday.
You don't know what this reference is, do you, Mark?
And to see that you already, I stole this from Rob, but it's true. To see that you've already turned around now. To comedy. Mark Teixeira just retired. I mean, this is a transition like we've never seen before.
We didn't even know you were funny, bro.
Right? We didn't know
that home run, that game-winning home run the other day.
In editing, I'm gonna need you guys to put up a side-by-side of these two, of him and Mark Teixeira, because it's crazy. I'm sure you're right now.
It's frightening, man.
Yeah, fact.
It's frightening, man, for real.
He said, yes, it's a fact.
Confirmed
We're
fact.
doing fact-checking right now.
You definitely don't have to put that box
Are you
in the
paying
corner.
attention to how much the Brooklyn Cats are saying the word facts these days?
Oh, yeah.
What
Even it got so hot, Trump even said it the other day.
I know.
In the debate, he was like, facts. Then he called Charlie Clips up to do it.
Facts. So let me ask you guys both, you Rob and Mark Teixeira, how do you guys, I mean, doing comedy in New York now, 15 years, both
I'm
of you?
15. Rob's got
a
over
little
20.
more. I've been doing this since they changed the Lionels on the Jeffersons. Man. Remember?
Damn.
It's bitter. Remember they changed the Lionels? Remember one episode was just a new Lionel and nobody wanted to explain
And
that?
what happened to the old Lionel, by the way?
No, it's the same joint. Nah, I'll leave it alone.
But how maintaining and being big in New York, right? And you guys have traveled the world doing comedy, where's the game at now, right? Where you have Instagram comedians who can't do stand-up, but they're funny on Instagram. You have somebody like Kevin Hart who used social media as a part of his marketing, and that became a thing. You guys were hot before social. Like, how do you maintain, and maybe your responses are different? How do you promote now? Where's the game going?
I think comedy in general or any part of entertainment, you have to be able to evolve. You have to see what's the climate and then jump right into it, because we've all seen such a change from beepers to, the cell phone to flip phones to Nextels to smartphones that do everything. And now I can't live without my phone. The problem is that you spend so much time here. Yeah. You have to be careful. I love my phone and I love all this stuff, but having 7 different social media platforms running at the same time, people asking you questions, how much of the tickets, where you going to be, all this other stuff. You have to be mindful. Yeah. You mean
out the hoes.
You can't leave them out.
Fact. The hoes
you
out.
gotta
We appreciate
evolve
the
with
hoes.
it. Yeah, you gotta evolve.
Side chicks that aren't mad that they side chicks.
Internet's great for that.
Yeah.
But jumping into what Mark was saying is that the things that evolve. I correlate it even to the music business. It's like, remember when artists couldn't drop without an A&R? They got you ready. It was like the minor leagues before you got a deal, they nurtured you, and then they released you. It's like right now, the social media just knocked all of that out. If you hot and you got enough hits, you kind of getting deals. So it's a little hate there because a lot of those social media dudes can't really handle that microphone. You could do all of that pre-recorded Instagram.
with the
Right? You got
most.
that microphone and there's a
I would
couple
say
100,000
most.
people.
Most.
Exactly.
And here's for
High
example.
percentage.
For example, the reason I'm really into Joanne the Scammer, I Am Brandon, is because I think the character is truly a funny, well-cultivated, like deep character with layers.
Right.
These vines that are just like the same 7-second jokes. It's like, how dudes be like, oh.
It dumbs down the game.
Fuck outta here.
It dumbs it down.
And it's not really good humor.
It's a good one,
Dumbs
bro.
it down.
It dumbs it down.
But
I
I mean,
love that.
obviously those kids will be like, well, I'm making money or I'm getting bookings or whatever. But
Are they? Because everyone was saying,
I don't know.
The Vine stars are about to be the new TV stars.
Nope. And
I'm waiting to see that.
No, they
until
did
you
it.
put
They
that
had a couple
microphone.
of good. They had a couple of good opportunities, and they beat it up for the rest of them. A lot of guys got some deals. They got some comedy club dates, and when they arrived, they just couldn't carry. They just couldn't carry a show.
No, the big
But
people getting
because
looks
they
are
feel
comedians.
they get the thing is they fill seats but can you keep those seats filled?
Right, when people see
can
you.
and make those people enjoy you when they
Yeah.
there?
Well, like, look who got a big shot. The people who are getting the biggest shots, Gerard Carmichael, these are comedians. These are people who actually study comedy.
Respect to that dude. I got a lot of respect for that dude.
Yeah.
It's like a young Chappelle right there.
He's
You know what I mean?
a very talented
The dude put in the work. That dude
Yeah,
put
I
in
mean,
the
listen,
work.
he's a young guy, but it wasn't. The reason I like it is it wasn't Vine work.
Exactly.
It was comedy work, and it
Yeah.
was hustling in the comedy
That
business.
was 12 midnight sets, 2:00 in the morning sets in the Village, and all of that to tighten that up to get
Mark,
that deal.
can you articulate? I mean, maybe there's a young comic watching right now. You know, you both have made this your life, right?
That's it.
On a club level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Not even just going and trying to write for the big SNLs and writing for the Comedy Central or doing whatever. I'm sure you guys have done all that. But the club every night, every weekend, right? Can you articulate the difference? I mean, obviously it's the workload, but what exactly are you doing on that stage that's different than what you're doing on socials?
You're feeling the people, man. There's only one way to get a response from a person and understand that response, and that is to perform for them live. You know, there isn't a way to fake that. You got to go out there with new material. You got to go out there and expose yourself, if you will. You know, that's the true
You're
testament.
talking about showing your dick on stage.
It's taking a dick out and
Yo,
showing
just
everybody.
Step away
Right,
a little
yes.
bit from Pete.
Yeah.
Just step away from Pete a little bit.
We go.
Well, he's the one who said it.
I don't think he has. I don't think he has pants on in this interview.
I'm counting dick references.
Hey,
He
that's-
went
that's
Harry
the-
Balls.
that's
You
the-
got
you
like
got-
That's
Rosenberg
it.
loves dick references. Loves dick references.
Look, I like he didn't
Hold
even
on.
deny it. He went,
You
yes, I do.
got to stay away from playground. Keep him away from playground. Got a restraining order from PS
What if
302.
he went to playgrounds with headphones on, but not plugged into nothing? Just
I don't think
just
Pete
the
has.
wire dragging.
Yo, Mark, I don't
behind.
think Pete has pants on right now during this interview. Yo, pan down. Pan down.
that'll be a twist.
Man down.
Pen down.
No, but the thing is about the stand-up game, you can't be scared to fail, right? We become prisoners of consistency, right? We go on, Rob Stapleton in the building, Mark Viera, whatever. We go on stage, you want to do what works. You have to go on late night in the middle of the week and do a joke that doesn't work. You know what I mean? So that you can build that joke. You know, when Rock and Chappelle show up at the Cellar unannounced, I don't care who you are, your celebrity, the first 5 minutes, Seinfeld, people are going to be happy to see you. After you hit that 6-7 minute part,
It's New York.
they don't care who you are.
Don't care.
You
Or am
got
I
to bring the
laughing?
funny.
No.
You got to
Yeah.
bring the funny.
Yeah.
But people will work with you while you're working on your material, but you have to evolve. You know what I'm saying? It's like an artist that comes out with that first album, boom, boom, boom. That's sophomore. That's why a lot of sophomore people, sophomore
struggle.
jinx, they struggle on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't really.
Because the
put-
expectation is so high. But
Exactly.
I think the love of what we do is the touch every day, being out there.
The reps.
The reps. I love being
layup
out in
line.
front of an audience. I went to Salsa con Fuego last night with my boy Rob. Just seeing an audience, I just want to get on stage. Don't matter that I'm booked or not booked or paid or not paid. I want to get on that stage. I want a little bit, even if it's 10 minutes. That helps me sleep better at night. I tell
Mark,
people
what-
I'm
let me
addicted
ask
to
you-
laughter.
let me put you on
It's
the
the worst
spot,
thing in the
Mark.
world is to be addicted to the sound of laughter, you know?
What is the biggest show that you did before you went on? I'm gonna give you my version. What's the biggest show, like the biggest joint that you were at, and right before you went on, you was like, yo, this shit is real. Like what was that experience?
Probably when I did the Hot 97, the April Fool's Day show.
Right.
Tracy Morgan was hosting, and I was following some of the most. I think Tommy Davidson went before me.
Sheesh.
And if anybody knows anything about Tommy, the dude is just
Yeah, we
like
Tommy,
somebody
Tommy, yeah.
unplugged him into a car battery
Every time.
He's just like buzzing, you know. And
Bethesda
then
Chevy Chase High
Capone-
School, what up?
Yeah, Capone is coming after. Like the spot I was in was like
you was in a
first of-
suicide
Yeah,
bomb.
I was looking at everybody. Like, excuse
That's
me,
when your
I'm
wife
not-
is in the crowd like this.
Baby, don't like Adrian before.
You don't
Rock
have to
before
do this, baby.
Before the first fight, don't do it,
Don't do
Rocky.
it.
Don't do
He's a
it.
beast, Rock. He's a beast. Yo,
Don't
my-
ask me to stop being a man, Adrian. All right? Don't stop.
That's pretty good. That's why Stallone was me.
Don't stop me.
Yo, my joint is right. I had kept calling Puff before they did the first show at the Barclays,
Oh, you
right?
just call name
Right.
drop, just call
No,
Puff.
no, no,
Just
no.
call him
I
Puff.
hit Puff and Curtis, you know, his assistant, his barber, and I was like, "Yo, man, y'all get ready to do that Bad Boy joint. I got it since I did the hottest joint on the Bad Boys on HBO comedy. I got it. Like, let me open that show up." They went, and they kept saying, "We'll see." That day, 7:05, Puff and Curtis called me like, "Yo, Rob, can you get down here? We want you to open up." I'm like,
I didn't really
I gotta
mean
get my
what
mustache together.
I didn't
What are you talking
really
about?
mean what I said
Right? So,
earlier.
like, it's like being in church and the pastor say, "Come on down to the car." You like, I got a condom on. You know what I mean? So I hustle down there. I get down there. I come in through the back. Everybody in the world trying to get in, right? So I'm backstage, right? I walk into the Islander room. If you've been to the Barclays, they got the big joint. So you come in the room. Puff has every outfit that he's gonna put on the ground, right? I'm trying to walk in like I don't see this. I'm walking in like. Right, I'm looking, trying not to look. Nas is there. Everybody in there, right? So Puff has two cameras on him, and he's just doing this in the mirror, right? And I think he don't see me because he's like doing his, and you can feel his vibe, his aura. So I walked around. What's the name of the dude that's just like a little butler dude?
Farnsworth Bentley.
Yeah,
at the time?
Bentley Vaughn. He was over there on the side, right, with Curtis. So I try to walk around just to go holler at them, and Puff, I didn't think he saw me. He just backed up and said, "What up, Rob? You ready to do this?" I was like, "Oh, he
Shit on yourself. Shit on yourself.
So he said, "Yo, this is what I want you to do. Do 10 minutes. Flex is gonna turn over to you. Do blah, 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 blah. Yo, tell everybody this is gonna be a party, a celebration." I kept saying, "You want me to shout out Ciroc?" He said, "No, it's not about that. It's about a celebration. It's a vibe. It's about Big's aura, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like this. I'm ready to drink the Kool-Aid, right? I'm like, all right. So he said, just go on the side and get ready to come out. I went to the side of the stage. I'm hype. I'm like, yo.
Here we go.
I'm like, oh, y'all
Here we
ready?
go.
And the people on the side said, "Oh, we're not going to be able to put you on because Puff didn't tell us, so we'd have no monitor for you. This is a theater, so that you got to have the earpiece because you won't be able to hear yourself." I went from a high to a low, and at that part, I ain't kill no more. I was like, hell yeah, I just want to sit in the crowd and enjoy this.
I'm here. I
But
got
you
all
know how
access.
nervous I was on
I
that?
wondered where the story
Yeah.
was going because I was like, I was at that show.
Yeah,
And
yeah, 'cause Rob did not
come
go
out
on.
that fucking- Is
That's
he about
how
to lie?
close it was, Pete. That's how
Rob
close
wasn't
it was.
on that show.
That's how close. It was like,
happened?
I was like, oh.
Poor Rob.
Yeah.
I almost shed a tear when right just now for you.
Yeah.
No, but
I
you were
can
also
see that
relieved.
just right here.
You were also relieved, though. You were
I
also
was
like, all
relieved.
right.
At that part, I was like, let it
Concert
go.
time.
Let it go. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy. It's not it's Big's birthday.
Yeah, I think on that Hot 97 show, Tracy was hosting. It was cool that Tracy saw the hesitation in my presence. Like I was backstage and I was feeling out of my league. I really was. I felt like I could do it, but I felt out of my league. But Tracy was.
Yo, what's up? You can do it.
Tracy,
Do it.
he
Get them
saw it.
pregnant.
He saw it. He gave me this hug, this embrace, and said, "Come on, Mark." Well, he said, "Yo, just have fun. I don't even care. Just have fun." And I was like, "Yeah, comedy. It's inside of me. Why would I?"
By the way, for people who
why?
don't understand who are watching and they've never been to the show, I want to explain something about the Hot 97 comedy show. It is I would say we are very
It's a summer jam of comedy.
we're
Yeah.
a very diverse station in general. The comedy show is not that diverse. The comedy show is 90% black. Let me tell you about a 90% black room when it's a 5,000 person room. If you don't come with that shit, they are getting you the fuck off that stage. This is not like a
seen people
Seinfeld
catch it out
show
there, B.
where you will, and as Seif always talks about, if you allow the boo birds to start and you don't shut them the fuck down immediately,
Yes.
You're done.
you're finished. I remember Seif, they tried to get Seif once for a second. They hit him with a little ooh. Seif was like, shut the fuck up. No. You can't let them go.
It builds
Yeah.
up like El Nino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it fills
the winds
room.
come in and that's it.
I've seen
They
it happen.
nothing left.
Remember when
Harry Spears got
remember
it
our
out
man,
there bad.
remember Damian Lemon? Remember when
Damian Lemon got it out there.
it took Damian Lemon
Yo.
like a year to recover.
Yo, he
Yeah.
did so bad, they talked about it on The View the next day. Because
Whoopi
Sherry
Goldberg
Shepherd
was
Sherry
like,
Shepherd
that's
was
that
there.
bullshit.
That's
So
right.
she came
That's
next
that
day. That's
bullshit.
that
That's
joint when they
mean.
talking about you on The View.
On The View, you're a topic.
Soccer moms and knitting at home going, oh my God, I feel so bad for him. You have to really.
Women will be like, leave him alone. Let
We
him
should-
do his comedy.
We should bake him a pie.
He's
And honestly,
Bake
and
him a pie.
send him muffins.
Yo, and his joke wasn't even that bad, but it was something related to Big Year Tupac. People didn't even necessarily hear the joke.
Yeah,
they were just like, "Why you playing with Biggie and Tupac?"
It was that we
That
don't
ain't your
believe
topic.
you.
That's
You
not your
need more
topic.
people. That's it. We don't believe you. You need
You
more
wasn't
people.
even around. Damian Lemon is young. You weren't even around.
I
man.
know it's not fair. They just said they just
Yeah.
came.
Shut
So it's
up.
a different business. You gotta. That's why I appreciate the state you were in. Because even the times I've walked out there for a little 2-minute riff with the crowd, it's a nerve-wracking room to come out in front of. And I always mention my dick, and the whole room goes quiet every single time.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Here we go again.
I don't play with those people.
When
at
you
all,
in
'cause
Maine-
they waiting
No,
for
they're
me.
waiting. Oh,
I
they're
go,
waiting.
I'll be like, fuck you, thank you for listening. Who's up?
Yeah.
Who's up? Somebody
Keep it moving.
Somebody else take this thing.
Because the difference is, this is the difference, Laura. In mainstream rooms, white crowds will give you a chance to work the craft. And even if they don't want to be there, they give you a face like they're there.
Not that crowd.
Not this one.
Not that crowd. Not that crowd. Look, right?
Good job.
But black
No, they'll
rooms-
agree with you. You're
Black
right.
rooms and Latino rooms, from the moment you walk out, they like this.
You gotta, yeah. Go ahead. Don't say funny shit.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
dare you.
They like-
yo, I dare you not say funny shit, yo.
And what
I
kind
swear
of?
to
And that's a
God.
tough place to start it.
They
Yo,
look
I
at
swear
you.
to God.
Black
yo.
crowds look at you like you
You
just
don't say
reneged
funny
in spades.
shit. Yo, they dare you. I dare you, Papo. I dare you. Your day is so hard. My day, you don't understand the day I'm having. I dare you not.
And
say
then they
some
get
funny
mad when you make it like, oh, this nigga making me tickle inside. You making me feel funny in the inside. Then they tell somebody, you funny, yo. Funny.
Facts.
They want you to
that's
see them
supposed
at that
to-
point.
that's
Yo,
the-
you funny, yo. My girl, take a picture with my girl.
I'm on stage.
Take a picture with my
Yo,
girl.
Rob, the best compliment is in a black or Latino crowd is somebody is dead. I mean, they mean mugging you. And you like, uh-oh, I said some shit, right? But they come to you and be like, yo, my dude, straight up, yo, you fucked me up, yo. I was almost crying. I'm gonna let you know right now, yo. I feel like fucking you up. That's how much I was laughing. You like, I don't even understand this reference. Why
Were
are
you
we
feeling
on that?
myself or were you mad?
Why are you so angry right now?
No,
Yo, I feel like fucking
that's
you
true.
up for making
And you
me
didn't
laugh,
see them
bro.
laugh
Like,
one time.
No,
Yeah,
You didn't
no.
see them laugh.
Straight, they'll mean mug you, but after the show, they'll be like, yo, you almost got me right there.
Those are
yo.
those dudes that just came from working the block and they came in. So
Correction
they didn't
officer,
fully,
something,
they didn't
something.
fully check out yet. from
No,
the
it was
street.
a bad day. Might
So
have
they
been bad.
still kind of looking around.
Yeah.
They don't
Those
know
are
if
the
you
best.
set them
Now,
up.
have you guys? What about the set? I know this has happened to both of you. You've done a show. You go out there. There's one of these hard rocks who's in the crowd who brought out a beautiful woman, right? The kind of woman who's so hot, and you see the dude she's with, and you're like, damn, I'm not looking at her again. You figure it out very. Oh, yep, nope, okay. Anyway, move on. And when you go out and they want to take a picture with you. The girl is
That's a
being
great
too
question.
friendly.
That's a great question.
The girl's being too
That's a great
like
question.
not like she wants to fuck you,
You
but
are
she's just being
so
really
funny.
and you're just like,
and then they
huh?
touch you. They touch you.
Oh,
You
my
are
God,
so funny. You would, and the boyfriend be like this. I'm gonna take this fucking picture now.
Why is the tongue always in the? Why?
Babe, you want the DVD? Yes or no?
So the way that we get out of that, Pete,
What do you do?
you gotta reference the dude. You have, yo, my man, thanks for coming out. Yo, appreciate
first.
it. You gotta acknowledge him first.
first.
And then say, yo, y'all wanna take it together, and then let them sort it out.
And she's like, no.
yeah. Then it's like, this bitch gonna get me killed.
What about okay? You know,
Like,
wait,
baby, bring
I'm
the
not
car
gonna make it
around.
to the house.
Bring the car
I'm not
around.
gonna make it to the house.
Rob, you guys roast. You know how you guys roast the people in the front row?
Yeah.
And sometimes I've seen them get furious. Has anybody ever gotten out of
No,
control,
listen.
like walked
let,
out?
let me
or-
say this because Rob won't remember because Rob's been doing comedy too long. One day at Caroline's on Broadway, this drunk dude. It must have been midnight. I think we were doing Top Dogs at the time.
Okay.
Somebody in the front, just late show midnight, was just out of control. And Rob's energy is so high that if 99% of the audience is rocking you, and then the one dude is just being an asshole, right? He's just giving Rob the man, I see you do that shit. Man, you ain't from the Bronx. Everything Rob said, he said, yo, I swear, Rob stopped and said, yo, my dude, I'm gonna come down there and fuck you up. In the middle of the show. Like, shut the fuck up already. I mean, I was on the side of Caroline's going,
So what
did
happened?
Rob
What did he say?
stop the show? I think he just, the security at Caroline's, if
Yes,
they see you
they'll
get like
jump
that,
on it
they
at
jump
that
right
part,
on it.
you know.
But the fact that Rob, I think, was so on a roll.
You got to break the fourth wall in that type of time and acknowledge it and let this dude know this ain't YouTube.
Yeah,
we can hear you. Like, you know what I mean?
So bad.
Sometimes they just want that acknowledgement. I was with Mike Epps a couple of weeks ago, right? And this dude in the crowd was so, I was hosting, get ready to bring Mike up, and this dude was so hype. Every joke had a backstory. You know what I mean? Every joke, that's true. That happened to Norman and them 2 weeks ago.
So the first one I let go. And then the second one, everything had an unsung. Yeah, that be happening. Then he kept saying, I just came home. I was like, all right, dude, what's your name? I just acknowledge him, let him get his joint. Can we move the fuck on? You know what I mean? They just want that. You know what I mean? They just want that.
Same thing when we do on Twitter.
I've never
they
seen
just
a
troll
comic.
and
Only
troll
one
and
other
troll.
dude I've ever seen do that, Greer Barnes. But Rob stopped in the middle of killing it and said, yo, that's enough. Like, I'm going to come down and have to fuck you up.
Yo,
I've never
the
seen
kid
somebody
Greer
just
Barnes
say it,
used
yo.
to get it popping out here. Didn't he have some incidents? Like I remember a couple of incidents. He'd take you outside.
No, Greer's, first of all, Greer's like a
Greer's
master
a-
technician
Yeah, that's what I'm
on
saying.
on another level of UFC shit. So I wouldn't even test him because he'll be backstage doing moves, like
Greer,
throwing
I
kicks
seen Greer
higher
get
than
ready
your
to get the
head.
fight. He
You
did
ever
this.
seen
Yeah.
him? Yeah, I'm telling you, he'll throw kicks higher than your head, but then go on
With
stage
no
and
warm
rip
up.
it.
With no warm up.
Oh yeah.
Then go on
But I
stage
heard
and kill it.
Yo, I heard this was years ago when we was up here doing this morning show thing, Miss Jones back in the day. And somebody tried to test Greer Barnes outside Caroline's out there on Broadway. He must have whooped this man out his clothes in front of everyone that just came out of the comedy club.
Wow.
Yeah.
After he
strong.
finished
Yeah.
his set.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
But no, he
It's still a
started. It was
suit.
self-defense. It was
It's still a
self-defense.
suit.
It was self-defense.
Yeah.
It was self-defense.
Yeah, but Rob, when he said that, I'm telling you, it blew me out of the water because I've never seen anybody ever stop their
Yeah.
show and then go right back to being Rob Stapleton,
Yeah,
like
you
you
gotta
know, the
turn right
comedian.
back
but
to
like, I think that's some Bronx shit. That, it's just some
Yeah, it
Bronx
is. But
Brooklyn
you know
shit
what
that's
else is
embedded in
funny?
us that when we gotta stop, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
we've gone. You pushed
Yeah.
us way too far. If I
But
gotta
you know,
stop my
the
shit,
other thing is when this is what happens sometimes, right? Like early in your career, sometimes you ride with an opening comic. And you don't want to drive. The opening dude just wants to get stage time, so you bring him with you, right? So you might have a show in Jersey. You live in the city. All comics around the country can relate. Whether you in Atlanta or whatever, you don't want to drive 45 minutes away. You let the young buck do it, burn his gas. But you got to listen to his conversation all the way there and coming back. So you at the show and he does horrible. He does so bad that the price of drinks go up. You know what I mean? He's doing so bad the waitress taps him like, wrap up. You know what I mean? And you kill. But what happens when people are drunk, people tell you what they really feel. So what happens, they come to you, be like, yo, Mark, you funnier than a motherfucker. Yo, you funny. This nigga. Now, that's your ride. Get back. So you got to encourage him. Like, nah, you good. You want a drink? Because you ain't ready to go yet.
Hilarious.
yeah,
that
you want to
is-
live in it, and
You
they
wanna-
want to
yeah.
go. Yeah,
Now,
you gotta go.
Real quick, and by the way, you catch these guys this weekend at Caroline's. What do you do? Is it challenging as a comedian or easy as a comedian to deal with Donald Trump at this point? Because does it feel like now it's played out, everyone's got something funny to say about him, the humor speaks for itself. So obviously you have to talk about him. I have to imagine almost every
It's
comedian will
Donald
mention
Trump
him.
season. It's SNL.
Right,
It's
so
just
y'all
gotta
are
pop
all
in.
going in. Like everyone's going to talk about him. How do you go about making it different to make sure you're doing something different than the guys before you?
I don't. You see, I guess I'm a little different in that I'm not topical. I have a story that
Mostly
I'm selling.
family shit.
Yeah, well, I have a lane that I'm in, and I stick to that lane. So I don't even really address because it's always one or the other. I'm speaking for myself when I say I usually perform for a varied audience, not just a black audience or a Latin audience, but I'm in a more varied audience. So you can kill the audience. You can separate your audience by saying, "Man, Donald Trump is full. He's this." Or it's all negative, then you're gonna get negative back.
right.
So I stay off of it. Plus, there are guys that are specializing in Trump
And killing it. And killing it. And you don't want
killing
to no point
himself.
half
Fuck
step
that.
But so why me just be opinionated if I don't have anything like you
Great.
said
Nah,
great
I
to
hear
say?
you.
If I got a great take, then I'll come out and
Rob,
say
what's your
it.
plan?
You know what
Some
I mean?
people are 3-point shooters, some take it to the hole. You know what I mean? And with the Trump situation, to me, I just laugh at how he could get away. First of all, I watch a lot of Fox and a lot of CNN, right? So I always like to see the Situation Room and other things that are going on. And just the shit that Trump can get away with is so ridiculous. Like if Obama was running, and when he was running and said half it, it's like Trump has Kanye status now. If Kanye says something crazy to the left, we go, oh, that's Kanye's Yeezy. And Trump can just say, if Obama had ever said something about Mexicans like that, they go, we're going to build a wall and they're going to pay for it and blah, blah, blah. And these fat white bitches from Miss America, ain't the bitch fat? Like she said that, we'd be like, yo, who's this Black Panther dude from Chicago trying to run? But Trump do it and everybody's like, oh my God, he said he's Trump.
He's being honest.
Yeah, they punch him in the
You know,
arm.
yeah,
You're crazy,
like,
kid.
You're crazy.
He's
You know
a
what I mean?
crazy kid.
I
ain't
just
he?
want to know,
Yeah.
because you can see, the people on CNN, you have to
the Democrats and the Clinton people. Then you have the Trump supporters, and they're there to back up everything that he says. And you can see them gradually breaking down with everything, with all this ammunition that he's giving the Democrats to giving Hillary.
Even his crew doesn't have the fortitude to get him out of everything he says. So like last night, watching everything that happened, they just deflected everything.
Well, the vice president Pence was just literally
he
like,
deflected
he didn't say,
everything.
One time he was like,
what
no,
about
he
his
didn't say
taxes?
that.
Yeah,
Let me tell you something. Clinton is one. But he just.
I heard last week that
I got nothing to say about that.
I heard
Deflect.
Trump.
Pew, pew.
Trump called Fox and Friends last week. I heard, and they asked him about what he'd said about Miss Universe.
His sponsors, by the way.
And
Go ahead.
it's Fox and Friends. And on Fox and Friends, he's like, listen, I mean, the bottom line is, she liked to eat, and it was an issue. She was eating, and it was too much, and something had to be done with the way she and supposedly everyone because he was on the phone, and the people at Fox and Friends were like, you don't have to be doing this. Like, we're trying to give you an out. What are you doing?
Yeah.
He was like, listen, something's got to be done about these fat contestants. And they're just like,
No. You see the people like, no.
He was getting ready to turn to Samuel Jackson. I hope they died. I hope they burned in hell.
all right. Although the funny thing is, as we keep saying, no one cares. Like his supporters don't care.
No.
It's only a little small percentage of people he's losing.
Yep.
These fringe people, but the bulk of them are like they agree.
I mean, what type of Kool-Aid is he serving that they drinking that you could really say that this is the dude that you give the power to be able to have the power to hit that button? If he can't handle 3 o'clock in the morning sending out a crazy tweet, how's he going to handle when China does something or Russia and all of this is going when he has the power? I was watching 60 Minutes a couple of weeks before we wrap this up, and they were showing the submarine that goes around. It's called the Wisconsin, I think. And it's this thing has like 220 nukes or something on it at any time. The only person that can launch this in Congress and nobody else can stop him is the president. You know what I mean? He's the only one that can give the code. It doesn't have to be voted or nothing. And he could just give the authority to just hit that button. And do you really trust these people that are trying to prove a point with Trump that, he's going to do this and he's going to do that? Do you really think he has the acumen to really make that decision? And that's what you have to really question yourself at the end of the day. Because to me, I think he don't even want to win no more. I think he realized even if he loses, he's branded himself so much, he's going to make money.
Oh, yeah, and you've been saying that from the beginning. I mean, he's going to be out of here. When he wins, he's going to be for the rest of his life till he dies now the biggest star
And
he's
his
ever
children.
been.
That's right.
And his children.
And his children.
And they're all going to be stars, and they can all run. And, probably one of his kids will run and be a more tempered version who's like a little bit, I'm not as wacky as my dad. But so, I hope he doesn't want to win because you're right. That's a scary. Even Bush Jr., right, who we all thought was an idiot, right? But we also believe Bush Jr. wasn't arrogant to the point that you thought he wouldn't listen to the people around him. You always thought, well, he's not very.
Listen to his dad.
He had his dad.
That's what most of the
His
people
father was
that,
the head of the
even though
CIA.
he destroyed just about everything that was good, his dad kind of worked on. He had his dad. So we
just
always
don't ask him
like,
to spell nothing. That's right.
or the meaning of something.
Right.
No, he's fine without
obviously
that.
Skip that, but he could always say, "Dad, what do I do?"
Yo,
And
you
he
heard
was
Jeb?
president.
You heard Jeb tried to come out here and
yeah.
say that George didn't mean it. He's like, he's too old. Why are you asking? Yo, this pussy. I'm sorry, it's not an appropriate word to say.
You said enough dicks to throw
That's
pussy
a good
in
point.
it.
I got to throw one pussy.
Throw one.
He is such a little bitch, Jeb Bush. By the way, he's the person I blame for us being in this mess because if he'd even been a half decent candidate, there's no way the name Bush, you shouldn't have throttled fucking Donald Trump. He had the nerve to say when George H.W. Bush came out and said, I'm voting for Hillary Clinton, instead of backing up his dad, the same dude, imagine this. Imagine this. Your child gets punked by someone. A little dickhead punks your kid in public and wants to disrespect the office that you held. So you come out and you're like, guess what? Fuck that guy. I'm for the other side altogether. How about that? And your little bitch son who lost him comes out and is like, my dad didn't mean it. He's too old. People shouldn't be asking him his opinion.
That's why the count was messed up in Florida.
And and George Sr.'s together. He's fine. He looks old, but he's not senile.
he's old.
Right.
Can you imagine?
He's
old.
Can you imagine the
He
count
don't
coming
even
to
walk
Florida again? Because when the election happens, it's
it
gonna
will.
come to Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Florida.
Well, the thing is, this is why I think it is a little bit different this time in that regard, because I think in certain states like Ohio and Florida, they may not want Trump to win. Those Republicans counting votes, they might be like, we think that normally we're used to them cheating for the Republicans. They might go the other way.
That's
Like,
why
you know
everybody
what?
need to watch Birth of a Nation.
Right, facts.
Because if he wins, that movie's gonna be real. It's gonna be the relaunch
calm down.
of a Birth of a Nation. And big shout out to my man Barack. Barack looked like he don't even want to be president no more. You ever see him and Michelle now? They just look like they can't wait to leave the White House.
Yeah, the New York Magazine photos, all the photos. They just had a concert on the lawn.
I'm doing an all-white party in them next summer. Promoting this.
right out here.
Diddy, Obama.
We got
Diddy,
Obama. We got Kid Capri DJ. We got
Talent,
New
Kid
York
Capri.
Kings hosted by Barack.
Yeah.
Michelle
Mark
hosted
Viera
karaoke.
and Rob Stapleton will be at Caroline's
York
Comedy,
Kings.
New York Kings. Go check them out. Go to carolines.com. Get your tickets. Always great to see you.
Always
guys.
good to be
fellas,
here.
appreciate
man.
you. I love
Thank
it.
you for
Love it.
having
Thanks
me.
a lot.
Facts. Dead ass,
This is
yo.
gonna be funny. Facts.